Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I appreciate you. If you've been here for a minute, I appreciate you too. So I am not going to keep this intro long. We're going to dive right into it. It's not that long of a video, but I do want to talk about shit they don't tell you about 3D printing. Resin printing in particular. So, yeah, let's just listen to me rant for a little bit and then we'll close it out. All right, so yeah, like it was saying, this is a little different, right? I just want to go over some things that are not readily available. You don't see it so much on different YouTube channels and stuff you're trying to find out, right? This is mainly for the home user with resin 3D printers. And yes, I do have two of them. I have an Elegoo Jupiter and a Saturn. I'm not getting sponsored by these guys or anything like that, but I just wanted to go over shit they don't tell you. I had a conversation with Jason Jensen over there at Jason Jensen's Trains, and just a few other people that I've talked to and seen also. And we were talking about the little nuances of 3D printing, right? And I got my notes here, so I'm gonna be looking down here just to make sure I stay where I'm supposed to. Again, this is a little different. I'm not showing like trains or anything like that. Where we're talking about the little nuances of 3D printing, resin 3D printing, mind you, because there's another 3D printer also that uses it's called filament, and it comes on a spool. It's plastic, and it feeds through a nozzle that heats it up, and it creates the 3D object, right? All right, so for number one, the smell. And I think there's a few people out there that do mention the smell, but I mean, it's really, really strong. You definitely need to have ventilation. You should have a mask on. It's bad, like, and depending on how long that print is going to take, it fills up a room. And again, this is for home user people, right? Not someone who has a farm of them and has like a garage somewhere that you can put 3, 4, 5 of them in there and open up the garage and open up different windows and stuff like that. But this is for someone, because for me personally, I feel like they're trying to market to the regular guy, if you will, right? And they're not telling you everything. And that smell, I'm telling you, is really, really strong, and it's probably bad for you. I hadn't looked that up in particular, but I'm sure if you smell it for any amount of time, it's not good for you. So it's messy. It's very messy. I'm not going to go over the parts and all that stuff like that. There's enough videos for that. But when you are changing out, or if a print fails, you have to clean the vat where you pour the resin in, and for the build plate to go up and down, and it picks up each slice. If you need to change that, you have to take it to your sink or your bathtub. And again, this is for home users, or me. I live in an apartment, so I don't have the option of taking it to like a utility sink or something like that. I also try and keep them in jars, like the extra resin. I try and keep that in the jar, so I'm not putting the resin down the toilet or in the sink. Now I do use washable, and I'll probably just pop up a little thing or something like that. but I use it. It's washable, meaning it can go in the sink or in the toilet, but I don't feel safe at all putting that stuff down there like that. So, you know, when you're pouring it, you need to have a funnel. It's messy, very, very messy. It splatters everywhere. Getting the actual build plate off of whatever printer you're using, you know, you got to tip it and make sure that's not leaking and dripping all over the place. You go through a bunch of paper towels, gloves, all that stuff. It's super messy, I'm telling you. So we got smell, we got messy. I talked a little bit about, because I'm in an apartment, so now my space is really confined on what I can do, and you know, all of that stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can make some really, really cool stuff from 3D printing, and I will still 3D print, but again, this is just the shit they don't tell you, and I want you all to know. Alcohol. You need a lot of alcohol. So I have, it came in a set. So one is like a wash machine, and then another one is a curing machine. I got a bunch of alcohol just waiting for prints to go in there and get cleaned up. Before I was able to afford one of those, I had to take the print off of the build plate and then use a toothbrush and just scrub it and dip it in alcohol. So again, more mess, more alcohol being wasted. So these are the little nuances that I am hopefully sharing with you all, because it's a lot of stuff that they're not telling us as consumers, right? I think the main thing though for me, and honestly, I do want to hear from y'all. So let me know if you have a 3D printer, and are these things some of the items that you're witnessing, or if you've witnessed even other things that they're not telling us. But the main thing is software. It's a learning curve. You have to learn new software, right? Not only do you need to know the software that runs the actual printer, but now you have to learn software that slices the model that you grab from either online or you made it, and it's a learning curve. You know, not saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but it's very time consuming, first of all. But you know, I'm a slow learner, so it takes me a minute to catch on to certain things, and there's still things I'm sure I'm noodling around with, trying to figure out, right? I use a program called Litchi Slicer, but there's several of them out there. You just have to learn it. I would also say you should probably know just a little bit, enough of a 3D software, 3D sculpting. You know, whether you're making hard surface stuff or organic, like orcs or something like that. If you're not creating that model in a 3D program yourself, you're probably buying it from somewhere or getting it online and downloading it for free or whatever. There's plenty of things out there, and we're not going to get into that either. If you want to know, just hit me up in the comments and I'll let you know where you can find some of that stuff. But knowing, you know, you download that model and there could be something wrong with it. You know, I've witnessed that quite often, and I'm very fortunate that I do know some 3D softwares that I can kind of manipulate that model and make it work like I need it to work. But yes, learning new software is, you know, for anything, you know, whether it's Photoshop, whether it's Illustrator, Canva, anything where you need to take a step back from what, you know, you think, oh, I got this 3D printer and I'm about to start printing right away. Nah, it doesn't work that way. And that's shit they don't tell us. There's several other things too, besides the things that I named, I'm sure. But like I said, that was me personally. I searched a little bit for some of these things that I'm talking about here, and I couldn't find anything. So I hope that this has helped someone who is, you know, fresh into starting 3D printing, or even just thinking about getting a 3D printer. I hope this video finds you. I hope YouTube puts this video in front of your face so you can see what I'm talking about. I think I'm getting off my soapbox and my rant is over. I'm gonna switch back to the other me, and then we're just gonna close the video out. And yeah, that's my rant. I hope it wasn't too annoying. I do hope you got something out of it though, for real. There's so many little things to anything that you want to do that you will need to take into consideration before you dive into something. I knew very little about 3D printing. I mean, I've seen it done. I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm pretty decent with 3D modeling, so I kind of felt like, all right, I can export files and shape some stuff up if I need to. But like I said, there's a lot that they're not telling us as consumers, and I just felt like I said, I'm not going against any 3D printing companies or anything like that. I just feel like not even seasoned users of 3D printing are talking about this stuff. It smells messy. The learning curve, like I said, that's probably the biggest thing for me. But you heard me say that back then. Thank you for all my Patreons. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for still hanging out there. I want to thank all my new people that have joined the YouTube channel, the YouTube community that I got below. I got the dope hats for that community. Yeah, I think that's about it. I got something really dope coming up too. So make sure y'all subscribe, share the video, share all my other stuff too. Like this video. I need the likes and I need the comments. That's kind of what helps the YouTube algorithm get my videos in front of other people. So if you enjoy it, hit the like button, tell somebody, and yeah, I'll see y'all on the next video.